How to raise prices. Producer prices didn't move last month, 0%. And if you run an agency, that number tells you almost nothing about your business. Here's the one that does. Over the last 12 months, prices for advertising agency services rose 1.2%. Producer prices overall rose 4.7%. You're selling into an economy that's repricing almost 4 times faster than you are. The gap isn't the headline, the gap is your margin. I'm Cody, former NYPD lieutenant, now a CPA and certified tax coach. My firm works with marketing and advertising agency owners all day long, more than 70 of them every month. Before we get started, if you own an agency or you hope to one day, subscribe to the channel. I post in-depth videos covering taxes, profitability, cash flow, agency finances, and the strategies successful agency owners use to grow while keeping more of their money. Your cost structure is much narrower than the U.S. economy. 5 things move it: payroll and benefits, software and AI usage, freelancers and contractors, production and media pass-throughs, and the price you're actually realizing after scope creep and discounts. That's your index, not the national average, because a falling price isn't automatically a win. If AI cuts your delivery time by 20%, but the team gives that saved capacity away in extra revisions, your economics didn't improve. You bought speed and you donated it. The tool has to be replacing cost or creating capacity you can actually sell. If it's just stacking on top of the old model, it's an expense wearing a strategy costume. Now that 5th cost is the one almost nobody tracks, and it's the only one that decides whether the other 4 matter. Realized price is what you actually collected divided by what the work was worth at your own rate card. Not the number on the proposal, what actually cleared the bank. 3 things push it down while your rate card sits exactly where it is. Scope creep, where the 11th round of revisions is free because the relationship's good. Discounting at renewal, where you hold the client by holding the price. And unbilled senior time, the hours your most expensive humans spend scoping deals that may never close. So you can raise your rate card 6% and watch realized price fall in the same year. A rate card is an opinion, realized price is a fact. So here's the review I'd run with an agency owner. 5 questions once a month. 1. Labor cost per dollar of the agency gross income. Did payroll and contractor costs grow faster than the work? 2. Software and AI cost per person. Are those tools replacing cost, creating capacity, or just stacking? 3. Realized price. What did you actually collect after discounts, write-offs, and unbilled scope? 4. Gross margin by client and by service. Which work is funding the agency and which work is borrowing profit from your better clients? 5. And this is the one nobody can answer. Your repricing date. When can you actually change the economics? Pull the contracts, write down the real date for every client, including the notice period if any is included. Because if you don't know your repricing dates, you don't have a pricing strategy, you have a pricing hope. Let me put a number on it. Take an agency doing $2.5 million in agency gross income. Drew McLellan and the Agency Management Institute put a healthy split at roughly 55% people, 25% overhead, 20% profit. That benchmark is theirs, not mine. 55% puts people cost near $1.4 million. Staffing prices rose 5.3% this year. That's roughly $73,000 more. Your realized price went up 1.2%. That's $30,000. The gap is about $43,000. Against the $500,000 profit target, you just gave up almost 9% of your annual profit. No clients left, nobody underperformed. The spread did it. And here's why a CPA is the one telling you this. If your realized price is 4 points behind your labor line, no deduction on earth closes that gap. So what do you actually say? Not our costs went up. Every vendor they have is saying that this month. It sounds like your problem, not their decision. Say what changed and what they get. Name the work, name the new number, and give the notice your contract already requires. That's why the repricing date matters more than the percentage does. And reprice the scope while you're there. If you've been absorbing the extra round of revisions for 2 years, the new price should buy the old scope in writing. Clients will rarely leave over a price increase. They leave over a surprise. So Monday morning, 3 things. Write down those 5 costs and what each one did over the last 12 months. Pull your contracts and write down your repricing dates. Then walk into your next finance meeting with one question. What are the 5 costs that actually determine our margin, and which one moved the most this quarter? If nobody in the room can answer the second half of that, you just found this month's work. Change your price because your own unit economics changed, not because a headline printed it. The macro number is context. Your internal cost index is the management system. Want a second set of eyes on what that gap is costing you after tax? Book a free tax analysis. The link is in the description. All right, before you go, if you're an agency owner and you want to keep more of what you make, I've got 2 things for you. First, grab a copy of my book, The 12 Biggest Tax Mistakes That Cost Agency Owners Thousands. It breaks down the exact mistakes I see every day and how to avoid them. Second, if you want to see what this looks like for your business, get a free tax analysis. We'll take a look at what you're doing now and show you where you might be overpaying. And if this video helped you, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future strategies on tax planning, cash flow, and building a more profitable agency. I'll see you in the next video.